Hi guys! Today we'll be doing laboratory experiment number 7, determination of time setting of concrete using Vicat needle and Gilmore apparatus. Our objectives for this experiment is to determine the time of setting of the hydraulic cement by Vicat needle apparatus and Gilmore apparatus, and to determine the initial and final setting time of hydraulic cement through the use of manual Vicat needle / apparatus.
So for our materials for this experiment, we're going to use flat trowel, water, cement, timer, surgical and construction gloves, conical ring, specimen mold for method B, needles. So for the next is the equipment for this experiment. We're going to use Vicat apparatus, weighing scale, and Gilmore apparatus.
Now, we shall proceed with the experiment. To start, we need to prepare the specimen needed for the experiment. Now, we will then need to sieve the cement until acquiring 650 grams for sample testing. Then we will use 170 millimeters of water and pour it into the cement mixture. Now that we have obtained 650 grams of cement mixture for the sample test, we will now pour 170 ml of water to the mixture. Now that we have created our test specimen, we will now be turning it into a ball by tossing it in my hand with a 150 millimeter distance of 6 times. After making the mixture, we will now put it in the mold to test whether the consistency is alright for the test experiment.
Gawin natin yung mag-weight ng cement which is nasa alat. Ayun mo girl ng at gusto nga i-drop na yung basahin ilan na karon basahin ninyo kunin yung baseline.
So now we're going to determine the penetration of the 1 mm needle at this time, and every 15 minutes thereafter until the penetration of 25 mm or less is obtained. So next, we're going to perform the penetration test by lowering the needle. So by lowering the needle of the rod until it rests on the surface of the specimen, tighten it and then set the indicator at the upper end of the scale. Next, we're going to release the rod quickly by releasing the set screw and allow the needle to settle for 30 seconds. Then take the reading to determine the penetration.
So, muna siya guys. So this is after our first test. And we're now going to proceed to the second test. Second test.
Nagilote, para dili malatang alain ang ball ka ng ligaw.
That pwede na din yung video sa ko.
Ano ang gets pa sa iyo?
Timer, 30 seconds.
30 seconds.
Tingin mo, di ba dito mo?
Wala! Go, Vicat!
Saan ka na tumalik?
So here we have a different sample, which is different from the Vicat needle. It doesn't have any mold and it is measured through the Gilmore Apparatus. So same with the Vicat needle, we place the molded paste and excess paste under the Gilmore Apparatus. So using the Gilmore needle, we determine the Gilmore initial time of setting and point with the first penetration measurement that does not mark the specimen surface with a complete circular impression. So verification measurements must be obtained within 90 seconds of the first initial set measurement. So to find Gilmore needle, we're going to repeat the steps 3 and 4 and record and interpret the data.
Now we are done determining the time of setting of the hydraulic cement by Vicat needle apparatus and the Gilmore apparatus. So for the Vicat thick needle, its time of setting is by 90 minutes, and for the Vicat thin needle, its time of setting is by 120 minutes. For the Gilmore apparatus, its time of setting is 150 minutes. So after that, we are now going to determine the initial and final setting of time of the hydraulic cement through calculations.
Based on the results of using multiple testing methods, including the Gilmore apparatus and Vicat needle, all of the samples had set in at different times. The ASTM C191 and C226 standards stipulate that the Vicat needle test requires a cement to undergo in an initial time setting ranging from 49 to 202 minutes, followed by a final setting time ranging from 185 to 312 minutes. Both the thick and the thin specimens tested by Vicat needle apparatus met the criteria for an initial time setting of 55 minutes. However, only the Vicat thin needle met the standard for final setting of 195 minutes, while the thick needle test did not. The Gilmore apparatus test needed an initial time setting of 60 minutes and 600 minutes for final setting. Hence, the results do not comply with the ASTM standards. Several factors contributed to the failure of the experiment, including the potential failure of the cement-spaced 30 minutes drying area with ASTM standards, and the rapid drying of cement paste due to the high temperature in the laboratory.